But again, it all comes down to the drafting phase. We'll see if Falcon Esports can win out in the draft chess match this time. And I wonder if there's gonna be a side swap.
Should be right. I think Falcon Esports definitely welcomes a change more than RQ right now because a change is definitely needs to be done. But what do you think about the Granger Arash? I feel like this time around RQ just don't want to play around or maybe against Benny Granger.
Hmm. Well, so far, I think it really depends still. But the issue is that there's so many ways now to deal with some of these assassins. And if you go play a Granger and you secure a strong solid front line with pick-off potential, with stopping potential, then it just becomes very difficult, right? That seems to be the pattern here. If there's any way for a team at all to try and catch that Granger, and then they kind of lose out on the front line. But then if they want to play front to back, the Granger is one of the best marksmen to do it in that position. So I think there's going to be an emphasis on the Granger for sure. Whether or not our Hoshi feels confident enough letting it go, I think we have to wait and see.
By the way, coming into this second drafting phase in this best of 3, Falcon have actually opted to stay on the same side. So they're still on blue side. There have been no swaps when it comes down to it. And as well, I'm wondering, do RQ once again want to go for another Hayabusa ban? Because so far it has been the same. Last time they banned out the Luoyi from Falcon Esports side. Or do you think there are going to be some changes? Oh, there you go. Harith gets banned out first. So the Luoyi is available. RQ, do they want to let that go? Or do they still want to use that last slot for Hayabusa?
Exactly. I think Falcon Esports are throwing the question at RQ Hoshi. Especially if they ban the Harith. It's one of the only gold laners that has been able to actually lane in any real capacity against that Granger. And just like that, Falcon Esports identify the big factor. They go for the Granger. Now for RQ Hoshi, I think this should be at least part of something they would consider. They knew that the Granger was critical in their victory for game number 1. If they were concerned about it being picked away or it being banned out, so what is the response? What is the counterplay here for them?
Yeah,
Luoyi's
Luoyi is still
open.
pretty much open right now, and to be fair, you can kind of counteract with that out with Valentina. But speaking of that, Evo's Holy against Onyx Esports, apparently Debazet got the Luoyi. That might be the reason why Onyx was scrambling.
I mean, Luoyi, very impactful hero for sure. And in this meta, where there's a lot of big, tanky, beefy frontliners, there's a lot of fighters floating around, the yin-yang effect that we call the Luoyi's passive that kind of collides them, stuns them together, can be a game-changing factor as well. But it's going to be a high loss for Falcon Esports and a Jawhead. So very much still pick-off heavy for RK Hoshi, at least for now. For Falcon Esports, they're already showing now more frontline potential. For RK Hoshi, are they concerned about this being rounded out as a full poke comp for Falcon Esports? Usually we see Sicilians show up here potentially. No, Valeric.
Well, they know what they're doing, and Falcon Esports has been playing a lot of Valerics over the course of the tournament right now. I wonder, actually, like the fact that Jawhead is very prominent in this meta. Like, wouldn't you think that Grok would kind of find some kind of usage here, or is it just
really
a bit too much? Too little utility compared to other roamers out there?
In a way, I feel like the Jawhead doesn't really operate the same way. I mean, the Unstoppable Force, what makes it cool isn't the initial knockback, it's the fact that you can't really stop it, right? And it also does a decent amount of damage. I feel like the extra value comes in from the displacement of the ejector and also from the damage potential of the heat-seeking missiles. That way, the Jawhead doesn't only pick off someone, because Franco can do that, right? But the Jawhead can also help your jungler clear faster, can also help with the pick-off potential, because the passive increases damage taken on their target by about 10% at max stacks. So it's like a extra focusing mark. So in that sense, it doesn't really operate the same way a Grok does.
No, what I mean is like when the opponent is picking a Jawhead, you pick a Grok just to
my bad.
more safer push check. It looks like it's gonna be a carry. This is they're playing with fire, and the win rate just shows it. Why carry is not really the greatest hero right now in terms of range. He's gonna get dominated with the Granger, so they might want to just either just completely concede the gold lane and try to play it as safely as possible, or maybe just help them out as much as possible.
I wonder if a Garokacha is going to show up right here. It's a lot of magic damage and true damage coming in from Araki Hoshi. But at the same time, having something aside from the Eternal Guard that can counter the clumping nature of the diversion, it could be an option they can explore. We'll really have to wait and see. Oh, CC, actually.
Good. Now, if you have a buddy in the XP laner, it's still gonna be a bad matchup either way. So 2 losing lanes for RQ Hoshi right now, maybe?
Yeah, I feel like, again, something with sustain or something tanky, right? Against a comp like this, with all the physical damage potential. Because it's unlikely that the Vexana is gonna really all in, use all the spells for the main front line. But we'll have to see. I think Dairon likes having a bit more playmaking available to him in that lane. Well, he's just picking everything. What's going on there?
Right? Which is what? Hilda's banned out, Phobia is banned out, Lucas is banned out, Blue is not an option.
Gatot.
Nice call, Harashi.
Alright.
I thought Falcon might want it, but maybe this is the way for Araki Hoshi to get behind. Remember? Because for Falcon Esports, they tried to send the Badang on a stealth mission on the back. But now for Araki Hoshi, worst comes to shove, that Avatar of the Garden can be placed right on top of Benny, and he can either be forced into the rest of the team, or he can actually, you know, just get zoned out of the whole fight.
I think the rotations are going to be very interesting from Araki Hoshi now that they have the Luoyi as well, right? Luoyi plus Jawhead in the early game. That's something that Falcon Esports need to consider. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to throw it over to Sheffin as well as Arashi. Boys, take it away.
Already one match or one game secured for the King of Kings against Falcon Esports. Can they finish the job here in game number 2 and further their chances to qualify for the next round in the Challenge Finals? The answer will be right now.
Let's look at Badang's moves. There's some skill there. Of course, directed by
Michael Bay,
the man of explosions. SPS, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Now, talking about the early matchup, I feel like lane control, wave clear is something that RRQ did really well. I mean, in game number 1, it allowed them to have the roam advantage. Remember, we saw Rins all over the place on the Farsa. Now with the Luoyi, it's gonna take a bit longer, but once he gets to that level 4, we can expect even more dynamic ways for him to actually gank his teammates.
Okay, Edok will have I guess, a tougher time right now. The fact that it's Hylas and also Vexana that can stop him and his tracks. Meanwhile, Sutsujin just gets away. Rins might be in trouble. Flickers away out of the danger. Clutch.
Playing it a bit too close there, but Rins has never been the safest of mid laners. He always goes for some really risky plays right there. Has to be careful, man. Falcon Esports know how to punish playstyles just like that. And looking at the emblems, Festival of Blood for the CC with the agility. It's all about that roam. And Master Assassin, no Festival of Blood for Benny in that lane actually, so no real sustain advantage. Oh, look at Kidex though.
Sutsujin goes in with electrifying beats. Just want to treat that with a revitalize as Rins getting some good damage onto a flicker away forward or for Edok. And there you go, the first kill for RQ Hoshi.
One of the best pickup artists, Edok there, just always finding someone in the right moment. Falcon Esports, they have to make sure that the more vulnerable members don't walk up.
Hold on, Sutsujin is already level 4. Dax is not though, finally gets one right now. So a good job farming so far for RQ Hoshi and owning the jungle of Falcon Esports.
Now the level 1 fight, it's the sustain of the Hylas versus the durability and sustain of the Gatot Kacha. I personally favor the Gatot Kacha in this situation. Technically, if they're gonna go head to head, you know, just in a brawl, but we'll have to see, man. RRQ, they might be looking for a pickup attempt yet again using the Jawhead.
Interestingly, they prioritize Rins's ultimate more than Edok in this objective fight because Edok, I think, has more utility in this case. Right now, they're just poking it out while Mr. Sutsujin is on the other side.
He's stealing the purple buff away earlier? Might be the case.
Yep.
Falcon are trying to do something.
The Avatar Guardian up by Dairon trying to get Dax, and he gets with the retribution either way. Edox will get chased down and killed out. Falcon Esports still want to collapse onto Rins, on towards Dairon as well, and that should be it. A 3-kill secured by Falcon Esports plus the turtle.
An all-in attempt from RRQ there, but Dax outplayed it perfectly, dodging everything, securing that turtle, you know, casually, no sweat at all. And RRQ Hoshi, after that initial all-in, their team isn't really good at moving backwards, so Rins and everyone else gets stuck there, gets trapped in the engage. That's where the Glorious Pathway just have so much more value. If your opponent can't really find ways to disengage that easily.
Yeah, in a 5v5 battle, Jawhead is not really you know, a force like a Hylos, a force like a big AoE machine out there, right? You gotta pick your target first before the team fight even begins to kind of further your chances because of the man advantage. But right now we're gonna see here, Rinse, the diversion might be going towards Royal Milk, and that's the target. Goodbye, Royal Milk, says RRQ.
This is something that Royal Milk, I think I forgot who it was who mentioned it, but I heard that someone mentioned that he's prone to really overextending, especially when he's on a strong hero, on those Phobiuses, on the CCs. When he wins, he makes bold plays, cuts waves, goes for the 1v1s, 1v2s even. But sometimes, right, that tendency can be exploited. That could be what Arkihoshi were thinking, which is why they went for that EXP lane play. But for now, it's back to the slow game. And look at this, whoa.
Okay, you're trying to jump in towards the bottom lane, but still has the turret aggro to guide him. Meanwhile, oh, he goes in, Royal Milk. Might be what you said, Arashi. He's overextending once again, and Sutsujin gotta take the kill.
That's unfortunate, man. Again, with a strong laning hero comes the pressure of wanting to do more for your team, you know, get an advantage. Look at that, immediate diversion. Whoa!
Shana's guard getting on towards 2, but still goes on either way. It's PX7, and now RRQ might have a say on this turtle.
Return of the Guardian still available for Dari.
Dari gonna get pounced out by Benny, the Rhapsody, the Destina that connects on all of them. Kirex though, taps the Glorious Pathway and also Revitalize. Habit of Guardian on towards 1. Royal Milk might be in trouble, and he is in trouble. Meanwhile, Dex gonna get pounced on 2 by Sutsujin, and pretty much everyone from RQ's side. Rinse takes the triple, baby.
Rinse with the forward flicker, man. Again, not the safest of mid laners ever. But look at this, PX7.
Okay, PX7 gonna get dove on by Sutsujin once again. It's not just... trying to stop. Meanwhile, though, Ben in the top lane getting dove on by Edok. It might be a Uno reverse card here. Benny with the Rhapsody. Oh, the proc from the Sky Piercer, but Toy, what a play with the flicker as well. RRQ, they love to flicker forward, man.
Wow, man. Apparently bullets do work against robots. But the response from Toy there, that was some calculation, man. It's basically an all-in into a fadeaway. That's some math coming out of Toy, showing some class. But for Arkihoshi, from a 2k gold deficit, now they're at an advantage. And this is dangerous, man. They have the diversions. They have so many tools available to dive turrets to try and make life difficult for Falcon Esports. And here we go again.
Okay, Royal Milk this time learned the lesson. It looks like he gets the memo here, the fact that Sutsujin is already in the bottom lane, but can he actually evade from this one, though? Revitalize, or Vengeance already popped out, and Edok with a good aggro tank for the turret.
Clean execution, and Royal Milk just is not having a good time, dude. The cross-chest of RRQ is definitely right dead and center onto him, and for now at least, no response just yet. There was a cut attempt by Falcon Esports on the top side, but with the response, with Dari standing near the neutral objective pit, that's enough of a threat because he can actually reach the top lane using the Avatar of the Guardian. Oh, look at this.
Oh, Glorious Pathway on towards Rinse. He's in trouble. That's not, I will not be able to get him down just yet. He can recall away quite safely. You know what I noticed, Arashi? The fact that Toy is having a good time in the gold lane is pretty unacceptable, especially when you play the Granger.
With so much pressure, I think it's just difficult, but look at this, Kirex.
Oh, what a dodge from Benny, or that was a mistake from Edok. He's gonna pay the price towards Royal Milk, finally getting a kill. Now Sutsujin in the front line, trying to do or kill the turtle, and he gets it. Beautiful retribution coming in from Mr. Sutsujin.
That's a scary thing about Edok, dude. You see him do one thing, and all of a sudden he pivots almost instantly. That could have been even more catastrophic for Falcon Esports. But overall, RRQ were able to zone Dax away, and we've seen this. When Dax gets zoned out, it's difficult. It doesn't seem to operate well under all the pressure, and RRQ are making sure that they take full advantage of it. But they might lose a turret on the bottom side here.
Okay, no, there's a diversion there from Rinse as well. Looks like Kirex did not know it. Royal Milk goes in, might be in trouble. Only 3 guys from RRQ that can punish this one compared to 4 or 5 even from Falcon Esports, but look at the top lane, Arashi. Oh, I thought there was a lane there, and Sutsujin could take the tower, but no.
Yeah, not enough minions so far, but Sutsujin, again, showing that farming speed from the Joyy. Already 7,000, man, but Toy, matching up, as you mentioned, Shevin, against a Granger, against one of the meta strong gold laners, that's definitely not ideal for Falcon Esports. They've already been struggling with the damage coming through from Sutsujin and from Rinse on that low E. Now with Toy scaling up even further, it's looking quite dangerous. No one can stand in the front. Their main tank is a Hylas that can be shredded down immediately.
Okay, diversion though, Tyron. Oh, there you go. The surprise play coming in from Edok and crew. Sutsujin going crazy in the top lane or in the front line with the electrifying beats, but get caught up with the strings coming in from Royal Milk. Toido going crazy too with a speedy light wheel, getting 4 kills for RQ Hoshi.
That was an insane fake out, dude. They showed the avatar of the Guardian. It seemed like he messed up. It seems like Darren missed it. And Falcon Esports move in to capitalize, and out of the bushes on their own side, the whole team pops up. Benny stood no chance, dude. He got taken out almost instantly. The fact that the Joyy is in this game is just so difficult. The movement is one thing, but the fact that the Rins can stand in the front and tank some damage using the shielding is just so good. And now with Toy on curve, look at how fast they can take Lords, man.
This is not how it's supposed to be. Falcon Esports right now, they are over. Might be on the end of it once again.
Royal Milk.
RQ needs some milk and they're getting it. Edok though getting dove on by 4 people.
No way.
Guardian 2 is kind of just to deter the engage towards Edok. Gets the ejector. No, actually, Sutsujin trying to get some kills onto some of the members of Falcon Esports, and Benny was able to flick her way over the wall for Falcon.
An improvised play by RRQ. Edok was able to actually buy enough time, and they turned that pickoff into an equal trade. Man, RRQ are playing real solid, but more than anything, Falcon Esports, they're losing control of the game, dude. We said that they required more to win in game number 2, but they are losing everything. The jungle control, the vision control, even their formation. They have no idea how to position right now because they can't possibly predict how the divergence is going to be used.
Whoa, 2 dashes from Sutsujin, and Dax is already half HP. Royal Milk taking a lot of beating from the front-to-back potential of Rins. And look at that, oh my god. Gotta watch out, Royal Milk. It's gonna have to recall back, and RRQ, they won this mid-turret, or just trying to take the holy shield away from Falcon Esports.
A solid defense overall by Falcon Esports. They have ways to clear for sure, but look at that. What's this?
Okay, they're trying to disengage here, RRQ, but what a play coming in from Edok as well. Sutsujin also gets the kill. Toy also joins the party for RRQ. They're not gonna stop just yet, or no, they will actually gonna regroup. Try to be a bit more careful about it, but yeah. When you're up with that much gold, you have that privilege, Rashi.
I guess you do, and RRQ is showing it. But they're doing a lot of advanced stuff here. That was a diversion to kind of zone. Oh man, Royal Milk is not a frontliner, dude. He is not relevant in the realm of damage tanking.
That's a dash and dash from Sutsujin, and he's already half HP.
11,000 gold lead for RRQ Hoshi, man. That's ridiculous. And again, with so much threat available to them, oh man.
Gotta say goodbye to the Horsey for Kid X. Not even... That was Rins, Tyron, and Edok.
Yeah.
No carry, not Sutsujin.
Nope.
And they took down the Horsey.
It's all Rins with the damage boost from Edok, and that's what they can do. That's what frontliners amount to right now for Falcon Esports. So the pickoff potential is just even more threatening than game number 1. And again, the diversions, they're used to flank, they're used to rotate, and earlier, it's just used in the middle of the base, completely visible, and Falcon Esports are forced to respect it due to the gold difference.
I guess this is why the Luoyi is such a prio pick. Even Depez was able to utilize that earlier. And Rins actually used a Impure Rage. Depez earlier used a, I believe, is that a photo?
That's a photo in the hands of Rins. He wants some beefiness, man.
That was a misclick, apparently, Rashi.
Oh, was it?
No, he sold that right away.
He sold it right away? I thought he was trying to increase his shielding, man. Just gonna be right in the middle of all the action. But more than that, Toy already has the Malefic gun. I don't know at which point he had it built up, but if it's recent, the next fight should be even more difficult for Falcon Esports. And look at Royal Milk.
Finally.
He has no liberty to actually itemize for Toy. When he's level 14 and approaching his final 2 items, he's still forced to reckon with the 6 and 1 Joyy in the hands of Rins.
And I believe Sutsujin so far does not have a Divine Cliff just yet.
Look at this.
The diversion, Edok, trying to conceal, trying to put some pressure on towards Falcon Esports, and they're just going to take the turret without any contest whatsoever. Tyron, gotta watch out, man. Sometimes you can overextend with this much lead. But right now, Lord is marching towards the top lane. Can they do something about this one? Falcon Esports, they have decent wave player with the Granger and also with the Vexana. But can they actually defend this one? One more wave coming in and in the mid lane. Edok flickers forward. Avatar Guardian does not connect towards anyone. It only connects towards Natalia. Vitalize would not be able to help Darren at all. Rin still dealing a lot of damage, but RIQ probably just want to go back to their base and regroup.
Respectable attempt right there, but Edok spent quite a while getting terrified, getting slow, looking for the right choice. It's a bit too long though, in the base of your opponent. Valuable seconds wasted right there.
Excuse me?
Oh, what is that? Okay, see, that's a scouting diversion. It's not really only used to set up for plays. Now without the main frontliners though, RRQ taking it easy. And Falcon Esports though, trying to find something.
Oh, do they want to defend this one? Oh, they actually did! Rinse with the ricochet there.
Oh, no.
They will try to chase. That's a pharmacy! That's pretty much everyone on Falcon Esports. Electrifying beats on towards 5 members of Falcon Esports. SPX7 might be going down towards the speedy light wheel of Toy. That was a 3v5 or even 1v5 by Sutsujin. What?
Crazy mechanics. And I don't know, man, the audacity to just go for that. No PX7 available right now. Araki Hoshi is as an angle.
Unstoppable Force is stoppable in the end, but the Immortality procs for Edok. One more kill towards Sutsujin, but it's gonna go down towards the bullets of Betty. But can they actually finish this one? Toy's gonna focus on towards the base, and RIQ will take the series 2-0 against Falcon Esports.
Lucky Charm. Lucky Charm Arashi 2-0 in this best of 3. And this is the best